In 2018, we find ourselves in challenging times. There are profound political, social, and cultural differences unfolding all across the globe, and we see the best and the worst of it playing out across our screens. As we interact with the internet daily, it would be good for us to pause and take a moment to ask ourselves, how am I creating a better and a safer internet for myself and the people around me?
Just take for example, the worst problem on the internet today, cyberbullying. It's happening all around the world, and we all know how terrifying bullying is. Cyberbullying is an action that involves bullying someone through the internet by exposing some of their deepest, darkest secrets or even false information. Research states that in year 2007, 32% of the teens are the victims of cyberbullying. And after a decade, Cyberbullying Research Center found those numbers were almost the same. Let's take for example, this. Give me much money. That's normal bullying. On the other hand, this. That's cyberbullying. And it all ends with one same scenario. This. And now you know how terrible and horrifying cyberbullying is.
So, how can we stop this? Well, a quick comparison between bullying in real life and cyberbullying should tell you the first method. That is, you can just walk away. By choosing to not take the role of the victim, the bully can't do anything. Just as how we are unable to catch anonymous bullies online, they are unable to affect us in real life unless we let them. Another way to curb cyberbullying is by retaliation. Any level of retaliation will show cyberbullies this behavior will not be tolerated and there will be consequences. Of course, a strong way to stop cyberbullying is by changing the way internet users interact with each other. We should encourage positivity and empathy. If this way of thinking becomes the norm, cyberbullying will seem unthinkable. So, to rid cyberbullying from our lives, we have to all play our part in this endeavor. That is, to avoid, retaliate, and empathize.
Cyberbullying is a serious problem and a more of the internet. But do you know what's worse? The widespread of fake news. Over the years after the internet's introduction, and as well as the creation of Facebook and various social media, the spread of unreal, exaggerated information has been uncontrollable, causing panic, unrest in the society. You see, unlike in the real world, internet users gain the benefits of being anonymous and the exemption of facing the consequences of sharing fake news. They will never be stopped, as it is not easy to track them down compared to a person shouting on the street saying, "Global warming is a hoax!" They are hidden somewhere in the world, in a room, insanely clicking the share button, never thinking the factual truth about the post or the consequences of spreading it to their friends.
So, you heard what he said, right? Climate change is a hoax. Celebrities are lizards. The world is ending on 2012. Thanks to fake news, we have all of these lies invading our news feed online and causing tons of misunderstanding amongst people. If so, how can we fix this? 1. The person posting fake news should take the initiative to do some fact checks and basic researches from viable sources so that contents are deemed reliable and ultimately trustable. 2. The person who's reading the fake news must be more alert of the news they're reading and try to make sure that the story that they're looking at isn't made up or is published from a shady or satirical news organization. Fake news is dominating the internet at the current time. We have to do something to ensure that fake news will not be of much risk to us anymore. Now, would you do the same for the sake of a better and safe internet platform?
It is just as simple as following the golden rules. Do unto others online as we would want others to draw onto us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, and the rest. Don't just think about it before you post, feel it too. Develop your own empathetic skills. How will this person receive what I am about to upload? What impact will I have with my words, photos, videos, shares, and tweets? It may mean that you'll have to slow down your reactions and responses. Take an extra moment to check in with your head and your heart. Is what I'm about to post true, as far as I can tell? Does this feel right? Is it golden? If so, send. If not, delete. We should all play our part to make the internet a better place.
Create, connect, and share respect. A better internet starts with you!